T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
you are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. Whew. Welcome to another Trap Talks International Coffee and Dab session. If this is your first time tapping in, what is good? Happy Saturday. Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, top of the evening. No matter what you're at, you're tapped in right now. Do your boy a favor. Hit your subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button right there. Hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on Trap Talk with MJ podcast. I want to say thank you to all my recurring viewers, especially if you're a recurring viewer who's a subscriber. You're a real one. I appreciate you so much for the love and support, but definitely get that likes up for my man, Sammer, 514 Reptiles. It's going to be a great show because I hope Canada's in the house. It's going to be a hot one, man. But you guys, shout out to the early birds. I'll get to the early birds in a second, but you guys know how we get things started here on this show. Number one, frozen thawed company. Sorry, wow. Number one, frozen thawed rodent company in the game. Cold Blooded Cafe is the jam. $30 flat rate shipping straight to your house. Shout out to Steven, shout out to Desiree, shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Container. You got eggs, put them inside of a sim box. Less steps, less stress. If it's a sim, it's a win. You hear those rhymes? Bars. Shout out to Alex and John. Okay, listen, shout out to Focus Cube Habitats. Man, I just dropped my vlog for this week on the Snake Trap Sessions vlog YouTube channel. Please do your boy a favor right now. Head over to the Snake Trap Sessions vlogs YouTube channel, subscribe, and check out the video I just dropped. My new and improved arboreal/podcast room is now revealed, and it is filled with Focus Cube habitats. They're Arcadia style 3x2x2 classic MJ edition with the tuxedo, black on the outside, white on the inside. Man, it is so fucking clean. And guess what? I need more. 12 wasn't enough, guys. But listen, I appreciate them so much. Appreciate Steven and Ashley. You guys got to head over to Instagram, give them a follow. After you watch that vlog I just did, make sure you'll give them a follow. Make sure you'll put an order in and get yourself a Focus Cube habitat. After you see how sick these look, you're going to be like, oh, fuck, I want one. Trust me, they're hot. Number one, stainless steel rack company in the game. That's the original Freedom Beater made in the United States. Shout out to Jesse and the entire Freedom Beater crew. Big time, big dogs all day, every day. Shout out to, speaking of big dogs, my homie right here, Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons. OG original big dog of the game for sure at this point. Definitely doing big things. Just starting to do even bigger things. So go over to Instagram, give him a follow, and then please go check him out on YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He grinds on his YouTube and definitely stays consistent. And then more importantly, go check out what he's going to be having available on Morph Market. Go give him a follow on Morph Market if you're in the ball python game. You're not going to want to sleep on this guy's heat. Shout out to my boy Miguel. Shout out to the entire AEP family. I love you guys. Shout out to my boy Alan over at Amazing Basins. Guess what? I got a basin and I am hooked. My man been having basins. He has groups of basins. He is proven breeder with these fucking beautiful species of boas. And you guys just need to go tap in with my man Alan over on Instagram. He has a lot going on. Let's just say that. Shout out to my boy Alan. Appreciate your support. Big bro shit all day, every day. Then shout out to Blake Stewart over at Stewart Design, sdidentity.com. Please head over there and invest in yourself. If you're doing this full time and you have a brand and you're not really pushing it, fuck, you better ask yourself what you're doing. I'm telling you right now. And then go to Blake Stewart and he'll help you out. Shout out to Mark Bailey over at Mark Bailey Reptiles. OG, triple OG. Head over to Morph Market, give him a follow. He has mad production out there that is just something you should have in your collection. A lot of people fuck with Mark Bailey. I'm telling you right now, he's one of the, I don't want to say founding fathers because that's fucked. That makes him sound old, you know, but he's definitely like an OG. Let's just say that. And I appreciate your support, Mark. Appreciate the leaders of the industry right here. Fucking Rami over at the Reptile Super Show, throwing the biggest show on the West Coast. Be ready for Anaheim. Be ready for Pomona. Those back-to-back shows are just something to just be excited for. It's going to be awesome. Big things popping. Appreciate my boy Rami, and then appreciate Brian Potter and Bob Ashley over at the NARBC, North American Reptile Breeders Conference and Trade Show. Man, this is such an amazing show to be a part of. I'm telling you, you got to make it to an NARBC. If you're going to Schaumburg, you're lucky. Kill it for me. I will be at September Arlington, hella, all day, every day, and I'll definitely be at Tinley. So either way, guys, these are the shows you want to make it to. These are the ones that are, I feel like, are important to attend. You never know who you're going to see. You're going to connect with some big motherfuckers, I'm telling you right now. Or just your homies in general, I'm telling you. These are the shows. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate Phil Goss. He just got back from Washington, I believe. I think he was in D.C. Either way, go over to US Art. Please give him let's support US Art. All right, and then head over to YouTube. Subscribe to the US Art YouTube channel. And make sure you stay current. He just dropped a video right now. My mind's kind of blanking, unfortunately. But head over to YouTube. I know I'm going to after this, just to remind myself, and stay current on US Art events. Shout out to you if you support US Art. You're on my side. We're all on the same team. Let's fight for our rights all day, every day. If you want to know what I got going on more than the podcast and whatnot, and you're like, man, does MJ do anything more than talk? Well, yes, I do, motherfucker. I have some sick-ass shit going on Instagram. Head over to Instagram. Give me a follow right now. MJ Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. I'm very active on there. I put a lot of my hard work out there and whatnot. So if you want to ever see what's going on other than podcast stuff, that's the way to do that. And then, of course, go give the podcast's Instagram page a follow as well. Trap Talk with MJ Podcast. Shout out to all my Twitch viewers. Twitch viewers going up. If you out there would like to support this channel more than a subscription, more than a like, you can send any donation you like to Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. Much love and respect. I mean, I don't deserve donations, but you guys send them to me. And I mean, I love it. You guys are awesome. And then other than that, if you guys have a big question that you want to get an answer to from my man Sammer, I'm telling you, we're gonna be talking about a lot of important shit. I feel like that's just all about the overall health of being a fucking good feeling human, right? So either way, if there's a question out there that you have, super chat that question for me, okay? Well, I will definitely throw it on the big screen, and we will get the answer to that hopefully. And I appreciate any super chats. Appreciate any love and support. Period. I'm telling you right now, man. Just you by you watching this means a lot to me. So thank you so much for making this channel relevant. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Last but not least, shout out to my Patreon members, my trappers, my day oneers. Man, I love my Patreon members. If you out there want to get tapped in more than the podcast, if you want to get more personal with the trappers and whatnot and the family members, then you're going to want to go ahead and go down below, join the Trap Talk Patreon family today. As soon as you do, you get a Discord. Allow 24 hours. Some of you guys join are like, where's my Discord? Where's my Discord? Okay, give me 24 hours at least, okay? Once you join the Trap Talk Patreon family, you then within 24 hours get a Discord, link to the Discord, and then you get to meet all the trappers. Over 130 people tapped in to the Discord, where you could get to do what you want, man. I'm telling you, I'm not do what you. It can't be about Smith, that's for sure. But if you got shit for sale, if you are looking for stuff, if you are getting scammed, you do not want to get scammed. So many things that are important about you gotta understand, there's a bunch of people that have been through a lot of that shit that share all that experience. So guess what? We don't want none of our family members to get fucked. And this is just one of many perks of being part of the Trap Talk Patreon member. But anyways, dude, come join, come down, come kick it. And what you do, we'll tap you into the Patreon, we'll tap you into the Discord. And that's when shit really gets cracking. Either way, Patreon members, I love you guys. You guys are my heart. What is good? Who's here in the building? Who's ready to rock and roll? Because it's going to be a good show. I've been wanting to have my homie Sammer on for a while. But before we tap in with Sammer, who is in the building? What do you know? Canada right off the bat. Rainy Day Reptiles. Thank you for tapping in. The homie Jay Hendo, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Thanks for tapping in. Player Wise Guys, what's good? Forget about it. Genomic Labs, I'll see you tomorrow. This dude just picked up some sick-ass heat, some boa heat for me. Mad respect. The homie Nate Dog, what is good? Excited for your first clutch. I believe it's due like in, 45 days or so? Either way, keep me tapped in. My homie Nate Dog, appreciate you. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Sean Perry in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Hella respected in the short tail game. Go give him a follow on Instagram. Eric's More Factory. By the way, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Hella. Eric's More Factory. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. My Kryptonite. What is good? Thanks for being here so much. My wife. What's up, babe? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. She's awesome. Really, it's my better half for sure. Texas Kid Reptiles, what is good? Thank you for tapping in. Let's see. Oh, the homie Dylan, these nuts. Thanks for tapping in, Dylan. I appreciate you being here. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. By the way, Trap Talk Queen, period. Let me just make that clear. Carrera's Exotics. I hope I said that right. Probably not, but I appreciate you being here. Hella PD's Reptiles. Excuse me. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Spectro7. What does that mean? Okay. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Best bet podcast in the game. I really appreciate that. John Wilcox. What's up, player? Hope your arm's okay. And we're going to end it with Miguel Youngs. What's up, Miguel Youngs? Sounds like an athlete's, like a baseball player name. I like that. Guys, what is good? Happy Saturday. Let's get this shit going because, like I said, you don't see this guy on a lot of, anything reptile-related stuff. He's doing a lot of he's on a big movement when it comes to social media coaching, life coaching, which is a big reason why I want him here. But he also has a huge part of the 514 Reptile brand. You guys know his brother Khalil Itani. I've had Khalil on here a handful of times. Khalil's somebody who will always be coming back on my show, but I've never had the one-on-one with his brother Sammer. So little bro in the fucking house. Here he is, Sammer Itani. What is good, Sammer?
Let's go. How are you, brother?
Dude, thanks for being here, bro.
No, thanks for having me, man. It's been a while.
How you living? How's everything going in Canada, bro?
Good. Everything's good, man. For whatever is not going good, I'm not participating in, and everything that's going good, I'm participating in.
You're staying pretty. From what I follow you on Instagram, and I've always seen you kind of on a grind. But lately, I've seen you on Zoom calls, like consistently. Like you are traveling to Florida. You got collaboration sometimes going on with like people like fucking Tarzan. So kind of give us a breakdown of what's currently happening in your life, and then we'll kind of get the background of 514. But I want to know what's happening right now in Sammer's life.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. So right now, what you've been seeing is the coaching sessions that I've been doing. I've started coaching people. I do YouTube automation. So it's a business model. So pretty much I run YouTube channels and they pay me passive income, but without my face being on there. So we hire a team and it's like a team of 4 people. It costs us barely nothing. And we put out videos and we call it online real estate. And then we pretty much generate money and income from it. So what I do is I teach other people how to do it as well. That's one of the things I'm doing that you're seeing mostly on the Zoom calls. Mm-hmm. And then something else I'm doing is for all my book readers out there, people that, love growing and all that good stuff. There's Think and Grow Rich. Have you ever heard of that book or read it?
Yep, I've heard it. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it. I have people who are really tapped into books, and that has been a book that's been mentioned, like recommended for me to listen to. But go ahead.
Absolutely, man. It's needed. Everyone should listen to it. I don't know if you guys in the chat or whoever's watching, if you guys have listened to it or read it. It's an amazing book. You guys need to definitely add it to your wish list. So I now started becoming a life coach for Think and Grow Rich. So it's not about necessarily money, by the way. It sounds like it's money, but thinking and growing rich is more than that. It's about a peace of mind. Mm-hmm. It's about living happy, and the true wealth is hidden with, peace of mind. It's not about money. So I'm a coach for that. So I help people with literally any challenge that's going on in their lives, whatever it may be, from relationships to money to just currently whatever they're facing. So I help people with that, and I love what I do. My goal is to help over 1 billion people change their lives by simply changing their mindset. And yeah.
What's crazy to think, man, is because I still, even to this day, I feel like anyone could use coaching. I feel like, you know, back in the day when I would sell personal training, and I would have people who would come from like either an athletic background or not even athletic background, somebody who just like would work out before, and I would recommend them getting personal training, and they would look at me like, I don't need no personal training. I'm like, well, why not? I have personal trainers who have personal trainers. What makes you think you can never do better? You know what I mean? And a lot of that, when you tell them that, it kind of like sinks in, like, oh shit, you know, like, hello, athletes have coaches. Like, what do you mean? Like, the best athletes in the world still are trained by somebody. Like, you should never stop training yourself. My boy Socrates is on another level, you know, like he's always looking to better himself and always getting coached and trained in something. And you know, I look at that like I'm impressed. Like, I'm just like, you know, I come from a place where, and I kind of want your opinion on this, Sammer, because I feel like I came from a place prior to the Reptiles that I was so bad with money. My life was so toxic. You know, I couldn't really, you know, I wanted the, you know, wife, you know, that life with a family, but the way my habits were just really bad, you know, my jobs, you know, like, so I was just really a bad human until I came into the reptile world, right? And my life changed so quick and drastically in a good way. And I had so much positivity come to me to where like the financial gain that had been happening is like, I appreciate it, but I'm just so happy that I'm happy right now. Like my peace of mind, like I wake up, like, dude, it sucks because I could go out, have a good time at 1 a.m. I'm still up at 4 a.m. like it's fucking clockwork. Like I'm up, like I have to be up and doing something. And I don't know what it is, but it's that right there is priceless to me. It's more than any kind of feeling money can make me feel like. And I'm curious I feel like if it wasn't for the Reptiles, somebody like you would have been perfect for my life, and still probably is, you know, because I'm sure there's little gaps that I'm missing, you know, like one thing I've talked to you about, and you've done, by the way, thank you. You've helped me grow this YouTube channel just by giving me tips. I know we've had conversations a couple times, and you know, I still can be doing better with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying is how do you go from getting better at life, but then like wanting to do more? Like I'm trying to like not be greedy, but I know that I still need to do a lot more too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, realistically speaking, first of all, greed only comes whenever you're hurting other people along the way. Okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with that at all. As long as you're continuously blessing others and blessing yourselves and being happy, then you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's important to know that you need to be continuously growing in life. It's not like I've gotten here and now I'm done, right? It's rent is due every single day to stay successful and stay happy.
Right.
Now, to do that, you have to, first of all, it's a good thing that you came from somewhere dark, in my opinion. Right. Because now you know what greatness is. Now you know how to feel happy. Now you know who you want to actually surround yourself with. Most people never get to do that. They start off in maybe like a better place, and they don't have anything to compare it to. So they're forever just lost in their life.
Yeah.
Now know that, hey man, like I have it so good right now. This is great compared to my past, but I want better. So which areas in your life would you want to better? Are there things that piss you off during the day that shouldn't piss you off? Right? Because that's energy wasted. If you're wasting energy on something that doesn't matter in 10, 15, 20 minutes, why are you wasting that energy? Put it towards your podcast, put it towards your snake collection, whatever it may be.
Or laugh it off.
Or laugh it off, bro. I laugh. You should ask my brother, man. And I don't know if he told you this, but when we went downstairs and I saw the flood in my basement, I was just laughing. I didn't know what else to do. I just kept laughing.
All because of the weather. All because there was something, a water pump or something stopped working, right, or a malfunction, right. And then that's what let all the water go in, basically, right?
Exactly. So the sub pump for the French drains, we have the electricity had cut out the day before, so it turned off the sub pump and it just flooded the entire basement pretty much. So when I went down in the morning, I just couldn't. I was laughing so hard because I was like, I wonder what this.
It's full like he stepped in it like if it was a fucking pool or some shit. Like he had his feet. I was like, bro, and I would have been like, what the fuck, you know? Like, but this fool was just like, yup. Like I'm seeing furniture soaked, everything. I'm like, bro, who's living down there? This looks like someone's like, bro, like what happened? Like nuts. It was flooded. I couldn't believe it. But bro, you were laughing in the video. Like I could hear you laughing.
It was truly flooded. The bed was floating. Everything got destroyed. My PlayStation got destroyed. My Nintendo got destroyed. Laptops, lights, a bunch of shit. But you know what? It happens for a reason. And I don't know in the moment maybe what that reason was, but I'm sure it's happening for a reason. A lot of times in my life, and I'm sure you as well, MJ, is that we go through things and they feel like they're such bad fucking moments.
Yeah.
Like people are freaking out.
Slump, like in a slump, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of like it kind of, you know, especially when it's like one after another, it's kind of like ding, 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 and you're just like, what the fuck? And especially working with reptiles, that could happen at any time. It could just keep getting worse.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Like there's got to be like, because like you said, getting upset, getting mad, that does nothing. Like you're making it worse. You know, like it does nothing but just make you feel worse. You know, and anyways, so yeah, I mean.
So you have to understand that everything is happening for you and not against you.
Right.
And when you realize that, you have to understand also energy. Our words, the reason why it's called spelling is because it's a spell that we cast as we say these things. Okay? So you know when it rains, it pours?
Right.
It's simply because we continuously think negative and we keep thinking it's going to get worse. It's going to keep getting worse. Oh my God, why is this happening to me? And things are consistently attracted to you in that energy, and then bad things happen to you. Now, those bad things happening to you, again, are only opening doors for new things.
Right.
There's a lot of people that when it comes to clutches, they get a bad clutch, they freak the fuck out. They get another bad clutch, they freak the fuck out. Now you have two choices. You either freak the fuck out or you figure out what the hell happened. Right? It happened. The situation happened. You have bad clutches or whatever happened. Now it's up to you to have a perspective about it, to say, all right, now how can I fix this in the future? What lesson am I going to take from this to fix this? Because this is a marathon. Right. It's not a get rich overnight quick scheme, whatever. This is a marathon. You got to be in the long haul.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
If you're in something in the long haul, it's all about pivoting. Justin, Ozzy, everybody. You know how many mistakes they did? Mark Mandic. They did so many mistakes in order to get to where they are now, to be knowledgeable, including yourself, including us. So many of us have done so many mistakes. And at the time, we beat ourselves up. But look at it now. It's just a lesson learned. We moved on.
I feel like the biggest mistake I would ever want to go down is something that I did. That way I know I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some things that happen with these reptiles that nobody could ever figure out. Sometimes it's like, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen, right? So best case scenario is find out things that you're doing to fuck up because it's you that did it. So for instance, like my big fiasco with my most anticipated clutch, you know, I had 11 breathing, beautiful fucking red chondro neos. Like they were picked. And I was like, yeah, you know, and then I had a fan malfunction and they suffocated and 9 of them died. And I have 3. So I'm happy 3 or, you know, could possibly go the distance. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was eating myself alive because I didn't know for a while. I didn't know for 2 days what had killed these 9 neos. And I had so many people telling me, well, maybe you ran your animals too hot. And I'm like, what? Really? And like overthinking that. And it was killing me. And then, you know, basically when I found out that the fucking fan wasn't on, and how big of a crucial that is for these small, tiny neos coming out of the egg. I mean, they need air circulation more than anything, you know? So I was like, I was like, dude, oh my God. I was like, there it is. Can you believe it? Like, there's another fuck up. Like, it comes to a point where you need to accept failure, you know, because once you accept it and then you fix it, it's not gonna keep happening. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. It's all about learning, failing forward, and just like taking everything that's bad happening to us as a lesson.
So I'm curious with overall, like, your clients or the people who are part of your program now, like how is that advertised? Like is it just all pushed through your own social media brands, or like how do you get people to become a part of your program? So
we have ads that run out. We have a lot of ads. We do challenges. We have 5-day challenges. We have one in July, actually, the day on my birthday, July 18th. So we have a week challenge. We teach people the basics of YouTube automation. And then after that, if they're interested, they pay tuition and they come into the program.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like to target people straight out of school, basically, right?
Who I'm teaching?
Overall, the program.
I could teach anybody.
Anybody, okay. But
Anybody.
mostly the people that are in your program are younger, though, right?
No.
It's
Yeah, because it's a high ticket program. We
Okay.
have, I would say, on average, like 25, 30 and older. And then we have people upwards of like 65 years old. And then we
Wow.
have people that are 17 years old.
Oh, shit. That's sick.
They make good bank, bro. It's crazy.
Right.
YouTube's insane.
It is insane. And it's crazy how, like, the more you see how there's so many people making money off YouTube, like, and just doing the most random stuff. Like, you know, you have people making damn near $1 million a year just by, you know, doing a reaction, like literally reacting to videos. Like, all they're doing is talking to some other content that's already out. And I'm like, I cannot believe this shit. Like, and it's like, but it's all because they're just doing something consistently, and they're pushing it. They treat it like a grind, and eventually that shit hits. And you know, I mean, I don't know. I would say, like, what are some of the most successful YouTube channels doing, or what is it that they did to even kind of get the ball rolling for them to begin with, you feel like?
So the number one thing that people need to do, the number one thing is to take action. Not allow people's judgment, not allow people's fears, not allow your fears, not allow people's judgments, all that stuff get into your head. Because most people that don't want to start these channels is because they're afraid of other people's judgments, right? What are they going to say about me? And I don't have any subs, like all these things. Who cares? Like, that's what I love about you too. I remember whenever you literally had just started the podcast, and you showed up every day and you gave it your all as if you're speaking to thousands of people, and you continuously do that. This is what it takes to become successful. It takes years of grinding and doing this until those few videos go viral for you, and then you blow up, you know, on YouTube, whatever it is. It's consistency. It's knowing that things get better over time. Your first podcast didn't have all these bells and whistles and the you know, the whole thing. No, but it's true. Like, it looks so much better now. You have that intro. Like, it was so entertaining to watch when I was watching you. I was like, man, this is really evolved. And most people think that they look at an end product and they're like, oh, that's what I need to start. No, you don't need any of that to start. You just need to start. And then as you start posting, things will grow. Things will start pivoting. Your entire channel will pivot. You start catering to your audience based on what they want to watch. At first, you don't know what you're doing. You're just putting out content. Anything works. Just put it out there. There's a guy that gets literally, I think he's getting about $3 or $4 million a year mowing lawns for free. He goes out there, he records himself mowing lawns.
He records it. Oh, I get it.
And he posts it on YouTube, and he's getting on average like 1 million to like 20 million views per video, which is like.
And I would probably watch that. I feel like that'd be therapeutic to watch someone mow a lawn. Like, I love mowing lawns. Like, I mean, I don't have the best lawn myself. I mean, it's not even a lawn, but I'm just saying, like, back in the day, that's one chore as a kid I did not mind doing. I used to ask my dad, can I mow the lawn? And I used to, like, and I would always fuck it up, but still, like, I always wanted to mow the lawn. So, like, just that, like, think about how something that simple, or like even a cooking channel, like, put like video of you cooking. Like, think about the people who started that with YouTube in like 2010. Oh my God, like, it's, but it's still that easy, you know what I mean?
It's still that easy, exactly. I was gonna say it's not too late. It's actually just getting started.
But what happens is, and I could tell you because I'm a fucking spit image of this. Okay, I was only wanting to get into the YouTube world because I wanted to get myself noticed more. I have stuff I want to work with, and I want to display it, right? But then I also saw how much work it was with the consistency, right? So if you're gonna put something out, you better pick a day out of the week at least, and always post at least, you know, find that time and time of the day and week that you want to do it, right? And I kept up with that. But then after talking to you, are you doing hashtags? Are you doing this? And I was like, no, I'm not doing any of that. Are you doing an end screen? No, what is an end screen? And like, I was like, it's like, it comes down on you how much more you need to do and I'm talking about little tedious stuff that it's like important. I just now started doing shorts. I didn't want to do any shorts. I was like, fuck the short thing. But no, that is so important to do shorts. YouTube will not make you relevant unless you start doing shorts. That's how the algorithm works. So I'm just like, it's like almost I'm fighting myself. I'm almost fighting my own growth, because I will tell you this, Sammer, with all due respect, if something does go with this channel, like somehow like I have a breaking point, oh, that'd be cool. But honestly, bro, I just do this solely just so I can have knowledge locked away in the vault. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that I should not be doing what I can to make this more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get over that. I'm trying to get over that whole, like, okay, bro, we know you don't really want to be a YouTuber, but you are doing it. So if you're going to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, why wouldn't you want to be a YouTuber though?
I don't, because like, I don't know. Why wouldn't I, right? You're right. Because now I'm making an income that I would, right now my mission, Sam, you're right. I take that back because now I'm on a mission to where I want to make sure this income I'm getting outshadows the reptile income. Like I don't want to have to rely on reptile money, bro. And right now it's too easy to rely on it. Like, you know, and that's scary to me. Like, you know, with the laws and shit like that, you never know, you know? So the fact that I can at least have some sort of coin coming from this, and it's more of a, like, just me speaking and no animals involved versus obviously speaking, like, you're right. I need to look at it more like that. You're right.
It's all about your perspective. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a YouTuber. It's actually great because what your purpose is in life is you had to go through some hardship in order to get to where you are now, to learn and bring everyone together into this trap house. So that way everyone gets the knowledge and the ripple effects goes on, right? So you have a bunch of trappers. You have over 100 people, you said, in the Patreon, right?
Yeah. Over 120.
So think about how many people your life's actually affecting. You're not just affecting those 125, because whatever those 125 people, whatever decisions they do in their life, based on what you've taught them, ripple effects to more and more people.
Yeah.
So even the people right now, I don't know how many people are on right now. We have
31.
Right? 31 people watching. I'm right now talking to a few thousand people.
Right.
Because if one person takes something away from me and goes and says it to somebody else, that ripple effect goes big. So what is your purpose in life? What do you want it to be? Most people don't find their purpose. You just found your purpose. Something you love doing, you enjoy doing it, you want to talk to people about it. So most people have this limited belief of, like, I don't want to do this because of, and then they put these thoughts. But it's like, forget about all these external things. It's, what do you want to do? If you want to do this, fucking do it, bro. And I see you doing it.
Yeah. I mean, so here's another reason why I try not to get my mind too put into it, because at the end of the day, once I start putting more into this, I start caring about the numbers, and I don't want to care about numbers, bro. Like, I'm trying not to, like, worry about the analytics and whatnot. But at the end of the day, there are people who study that shit where it's important, you know? And I think that's another big piece that I'm not looking at, is going to see where I track the audience most and stuff like that. Just because I'm trying not to let it get in my head, bro. Like, even with, you know, posting reels and stuff like that. And, like, I don't, like, you know, because I see the most cheesiest shit getting 1 million views. I'm like, what? Like, how is that? Like, why is YouTube or why is Instagram caring so much about this person? Like, they're hooking them up. But I mean, good power to them. You know what I mean? But, like, I just don't want to, like, even, you know, I put my shit out and I keep it moving. You know, I try not to overthink it, because once I do, it becomes not fun. Like, and I'm somebody, I'm competitive, bro. Like, I'm a competitive person overall. I can compete with myself, you know, and I'm just, if you know me, you know I'm competitive, dude. That's just how I am.
Like, I agree with you when it comes to that. And that's why you have to be very stoic when you're posting on YouTube and all that good stuff. You can't have emotional attachment to your numbers.
Yes.
You have to let that go. The only numbers you should have, you know, is your retention rate and your click-through rate. Seeing how long people are being retained on your videos to see what things you should drop off or remove, add, whatever, duplicate.
Mm-hmm.
And your click-through rate. So how well your thumbnails are doing for people to click, or your titles to people to click. The rest of it, let YouTube do its thing. And if you want to hire someone to do it, you could hire someone to do it. It's not that, you know, it's very basic. They'll give you a one-time analytic thing, and then, you know, I could even hop on and show you, bro. Like, it takes me literally like 5 to 10 minutes to do a full channel review and tell you exactly what you need to do on your channel.
I know what I would say to this, but I want to hear what your recommendation is, because you have some people who don't want to waste time. Not that learning how to do this is wasting time, but it does take time to figure this shit out. Like, bro, I was doing YouTube for a good year before you taught me hashtags. And I was like, oh my God, you know, like, what the fuck am I doing? But there's people who don't want to have to go through that kind of learning curve. So do you feel like if some people are in the financial position, they should get a YouTube coach right off the bat, or they should actually, or what's your recommendation with that?
100%, man, 100%. investing in a coach is the best thing ever because your knowledge is priceless. So once you know something, you could replicate it, you could resell it, you could do whatever you want with it, right? So that just the channel review alone will help you so much. And the coach will teach you everything you need to know how to better your channel. Because like, look, I've had some videos take off and make a crazy amount of money. One video, make a crazy amount of money. So compared to how much I invested in a coach, it was nothing. It was like pennies compared to what I invested in it, right? So like when you look at it like this and you take YouTube as a business, most people don't take YouTube seriously because it's just it's a YouTube platform, a video platform. YouTube is a crazy business. My partner makes on average $350,000 a month off YouTube revenue.
Damn, is that one of those players you're going to Florida with, or what?
Yeah, that's the guy. Those are the guys that I go to Florida with. Yeah, exactly.
Come to San Diego.
This is I got you, bro. This is not to flex. It's not to anything. He's public about it. These are real numbers that we make off of YouTube. All right, these numbers are crazy, guys.
Shout to Marcus in the building.
Big shout out to Mark. I love that guy.
Big time player. Anyways, continue.
So he's he makes a crazy amount of money off YouTube, and most people don't take it as a business. They're like, oh, this is a side hustle. No. There's kids out there making easily 7 figures a year off YouTube. Like it's nothing because it's the compound. It's you have one video out there that's making you $1 a day. Cool, you're making $1 a day. But when you're at 100 videos out there after a year, because it's 365, you post once every 3 days, give or take 100 videos, you're making $1 a day from each video. You're now making $3,000 a month per se. This is your rock bottom, and so on and so forth. So it has a huge compound effect. And at one point, it just takes off. And one of your videos go viral, all of them to get thrown in the algorithm. If you're doing it well, there's people that do YouTube for years and never get out of that hole.
Right.
Because, again, they don't seek that coaching. They don't want to take it to the next level. And they don't want to put into they don't want to put in action of whatever they were told to do. So, yeah, it's a real business, man. And the way you look at it and you say you want to be a YouTuber, you should really treat it like a real business and fucking blow this shit up, bro.
I feel like looking for a YouTube coach could just be as easy and risky as looking for somebody who wants to give you fake following. Like you don't want to go through a fake person. You know what I mean? Like, so what would? And I'm sure there's people out there wondering, like, who would I go to? Like, what's a reliable source to go to for this YouTube coaching? Like, what would be your recommendations for that?
Me. No, but all jokes aside, I don't know many big YouTube coaches that do like channel reviews and stuff like that. It's a very new industry of people trying to do this whole YouTube automation and YouTube business, channel reviews, all this. With all jokes aside, I would say I'm a YouTube expert. So
do you have a website? Like where can people like kind of read some stuff up on you? Like what's the best way for that?
Contact me directly. I could either send you there. Yeah, you could IG Sam the Man 636.
Okay.
That would be the best way to contact me, and then I'll put you in contact with everything, and yeah, I'll show you what you want to do. Everything is custom, right? It's based on what you want.
Right.
At what level you're at. Some people are just getting into YouTube. Some people have been established. Some people just want to scale. Some people want to know what's going on. Like for you with your shorts should be completely on a separate channel. I'm not sure if you're posting it on here or its own shorts channel. But yeah, so YouTube has its own algorithm for shorts now.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Khalil's fault then, son. Okay, I just talked to Khalil like I think 3 weeks ago, and because I also talked to Barchek about this a while ago, because I at one point on my channel, right on this channel, when this channel was the Snake Trap Sessions, just the Snake Trap Sessions YouTube channel, I had the podcast. Then I had the vlog that I was dropping, and then I had trap talk clips, right? Those 3 things. And he told me I should separate them. He's like, you because you have 2 to 3 hours of content, then you have an 8-minute to 10-minute clip, and then you have a 20-minute to 30-minute fucking vlog. And so he's like, he says YouTube doesn't know what category as far as algorithm to put you in. So I started the Trap Talk clips and terrible. I don't know. No one, I get a little bit of traction, but not really, right? The vlog, I separated the vlog, and that seemed to be going good. I'm getting just as many views on my new vlog channel as I was putting on this channel, right? But then Khalil was like, well, listen, you don't have a big enough channel to kind of break off the clips yet. Khalil's saying that I should, so he's saying that I should still release the Trap Talk clips on this channel on top of the podcast. So 8 to 10 minute clips on top of the podcast. It wasn't the short clips. I think he's right. He never mentioned anything about shorts. This was about the Trap Talk clips. So what's your recommendation as far as having this just being solely podcast content with the 8-minute clips, or should I just have podcast content on here?
It's a very good question. So the way I would have to test it, now I would have to do a bit of research to see what the big guys are doing, to see if they're splitting up on the same channel, or if they're splitting it on another channel. Usually you want to split it on 2 channels because of the revenue. They'll make double the amount with the same viewer. It's always about the rev, right? So that's why they create multiple channels. The same viewer is going to watch 3-4 different channels. You're making 4 times the revenue from one viewer. And another thing is that the only thing is that you might have a bit of difficulties transferring viewers to come and watch your podcast from your short clips, but not really, actually. You can put the links. You can do it. Yeah. So let's say, sorry, I'm masterminding in my own head. So let's say, I would separate them. I would keep 1-hour clips on this channel. Okay. And
1 hour? No, they're like 8 to 10 minute clips. They're not 1 hour.
No, like your podcasts.
Oh, my podcast. Oh, my podcasts are long. They're like 2 hours, like 2 to 3 hours. That's
cool.
okay.
Yeah. Keep those on one channel completely. This one.
All right.
And then
So
create a second.
only podcast 2 to 3 hours on this channel. Continue.
Exactly. And then on a second channel, there's gonna be 3 channels. But again,
I already have 3 channels. That's fine. Go ahead.
The second one is going to be clips, 8 to 10 minutes. Even not even 8 to 10 minutes. It could be from 3 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
You could even go up to 12 minutes. But these are like segments that, let's say right now I say something, it's like breakthrough.
Highlights.
Exactly. You want to do that. And the thing is you want to attract people that aren't in the industry or don't know you. So in order to do that, your titles have to be not highlighted from this podcast. It has to be like how to change your life forever. Let's say title, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a podcast, and then it's like a thumbnail of like mind blown. Some guy says this quote, for example, quick, right? So right now, what you're attracting is new viewers.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is going to start sending it to these people that are looking for podcasts, looking for little clips, that are just looking for breakthroughs. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily talking about a highlight through MJ's Cartel's podcast. They're not searching for that, right? So think about when you post a video on YouTube, the majority of the time you're always touching a new viewer. 90% of your viewers usually on a viral video is a whole new, 99% on a viral video is a new audience that have never seen you before. So they don't know all the other things, right? They don't know the full podcast. They don't know any of that stuff. You need to give them an introduction and introduce people to things. You have to clickbait them in with things that they're searching for.
You have to. That's a thing. Another thing too, bro. Like as much as I used to clickbaiting is what it is. What it is. Like some people kind of take it to the next level, and that's because it's
you have to deliver on a clickbait.
You have to deliver, right? You can't just be a complete fraud clickbaiter, which there are technically some people out there as well. But still, like clickbaiting is something I just heard on a podcast the other day where somebody was talking shit about clickbaiting, but like they don't understand that clickbaiting is something every big YouTuber does. Like it's a part of the algorithm. It's a part of getting that initial click, and that's it. And it's just a part of it. And so that's another big important thing, because people, like myself, who just want to keep it real, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you need to get them in. It's like I'm in sales. I know what it was like to get somebody in. It's exactly what it is. It's the same shit.
Yeah. But the clickbait, again, it has to be like delivering. Like what clickbaiting is, the art of clickbait is making the person create their own story about whatever your video is about. For example, let's say you're talking about a black hole in the sky, okay? Your thumbnail would be like, we just discovered this. And then there'll be like an arrow to like a black hole. And then the title would be NASA's greatest discovery yet.
Right.
I didn't say anything about it. That's a clickbait title and thumbnail because now you're like, fuck, what is that? I want to know what that hole is. I want to know what that NASA discovery is. Right? So that's the art of clickbaiting. Or let's say snake related. you would say like, finally hatched, I don't know, $100,000 clutch. But then in the video, you're like, look, guys, it's $100,000 because this male is going to be able to, I'll be able to plug him to this female, and next season I'll be able to make $100,000 clutch.
Right.
You're not lying. It's, you know what I mean? Like that's clickbaiting. If that makes sense.
No, I hear you. I remember there was a point in time where, because you gotta understand the big reptile people in the game kind of get shitted on for their quote unquote clickbait, right? Which whatever, that's like a part. But then I saw other people closer to me starting to clickbait, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And I remember a couple years ago, I was kind of like getting frustrated with Brian Cusco because Brian Cusco was putting some like pretty dark shit in his fucking like in his captions, like he had one saying like, if I die tomorrow, ... and like it was him walking, like it looked like really like he was like it just looked really crazy, and I was like, what is going on with this guy? And of course I clicked on it, you know what I mean? And but it was you know what I mean? It was like something like, what the what is this guy talking about? So Brian Cusco is really good at that. I will say he has really good titles. He has those titles that are catchy, or like, he had one just recently or a while ago that says, I'm disappointed in you. And you're like, what the fuck? What did I do?
Yeah, that's the art of clickbait. Yeah. Exactly. How you made up your own story. You're like, what did I do? Or what is he about? You made up your own story.
He's talking to me. I know he ain't talking to me. Yeah. He had another one too, and he's like, he had a list. He's like, I'm calling them all out, and I'm like, what? Like, and it was a US ARC thing. That's when he was pretty pissed. But shout out to Brian Cusco, that's my dog.
Shout out. Yeah, bro, but that's the crazy. Yeah, you have to do these things in order to get to wherever you need to be, and you can't care about other people's judgment. Yeah. Right.
Let me ask you this: how big is your team? I mean, other than you doing this, I mean, when you do you have other people that you work closely to with this program? I know you said you're that other guy who makes 300 racks a month, but like other than that, like do you have like a team under you that you're building and you're hoping to grow this to like something huge someday, or what's the game plan overall with this?
Yeah, absolutely. We're currently about 16 people on the back end. The company started last July. So
what's the name of the company one more time?
Freedom Accelerator.
Freedom Accelerator?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just full disclosure. It's not my company. This is I bought originally into. I was buying a coaching program, so I was investing into a coaching program with this my coach. His name is Paul, and what happened was I kept showing up to the coaching calls and giving it my all, and I also knew a lot about YouTube, so I was giving a lot of value. And as the company grew, he needed more and more coaches, so I got on board as a coach. And ever since then, since last year, we've grown tremendously, like huge growth. And yeah, so I pretty much, I'm the head coach there. So once you come in, you're dealing with me the entire way almost. There's also Coach Kai, Coach Anna. We're all there to help and support the, whoever comes on board. We have the entire family, which is over 270 people that are students that have paid the tuition that are in there. Everyone's trying to help each other. Everyone's growing. So it's a huge community, and we're just getting started. Literally, like our biggest growth happened just in the past 3 months. So,
I mean, we don't have to, give names, but there's people you've helped out in the reptile industry, like coached wise, right? Like there were some people that you were like, you took over their the number side of things, let them, like what we're talking about, like reviewing their and shit like that, and yeah, man. I mean, I want to kind of talk about your involvement of 514 Reptiles. Like I said, I've had Khalil on here quite a bit. You've even sat in a couple times and whatnot, but Khalil being the face more than likely of the brand, like just because he's been out there more. I'm curious about what your overall involvement is, and we can let's take it back to like when things were up and production was up and running. I want to know what the biggest involvement you had with the 514 Reptiles.
Yeah, okay. So, so the entire backstory, I'll make it quick. I don't know if he said it to you guys, but pretty much back in Texas, I used to catch snakes. I grew up in Texas. So I used to catch snakes all the time and just go around lifting up rocks, catching rattlesnakes and catching I was pretty dumb. I was very dumb. I was very young. So I never was able to afford like a ball python or anything like that. So long story short, I moved here to Canada. I'm living with my roommate. I have a water dragon. My friend decides to put him in the bathtub and go watch a movie and forget about him. So the poor thing unfortunately drowned. So I get home from work and I'm like, bro. So he's like, I'm sorry, I'll get you a new pet. Gets me a ball python, brown, a normal from the pet shop. And then I go home and I start YouTubing, how to take care of these ball pythons. And the first video I ever watched was from Brian Barczyk, and it's the scaleless. It was the scaleless ball python. He just had hatched them, 2 of them, and they're worth like 120,000 or some shit like that. And I was like,
that was around the days I started watching. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was my first video ever to watch. And me, I was already like an entrepreneur here, so I was like, wait, what? Snakes, 120,000? I was like, I just love these things. I can make money off it. So I called my brother over and I told him to come over. We went. We got a bunch of. We started looking on Kijiji and Craigslist and shit like that.
Right.
We ended up finding a desert ghost male, which is like horrible. Not a desert ghost. Sorry.
Desert
male. And then we got a pinstripe female. And we had no idea what we were doing. And then we got a bunch of males. We ended up with like 7 males. So I pretty much started 514 Reptiles. And at the time, it was called something completely different. It was called like the snake something. It was horrible. So I had that in my room. We grew it up. We let the entire thing go. I already had started a social media account for it. So I was already doing the social media and growing it at the time. And then finally, we all moved. I had to move out and whatever. So I sold off the entire collection for like nothing. And then 2 years go by. My brother's still like so addicted to it. I go and I buy him a banana ball python from Alex Barbeau. And at the time, it was like super hot shit, the bananas. And we got back into it. And then from there, I helped with YouTube, Instagram, social media. I clean up the snake poop. I invest. I put money into it. I clean up tubs, and man, I just help, just be the back end of the 514 Reptiles. I just have so many projects that I don't have time to keep up with all the shit that we have.
Right.
So there's a joke where like me and Will, and Mike, my brother. Every time like my brother brings out a snake, I'm like, yo, we have that? Because I don't know what's in our collection. And they just crack up. But
wow, yeah. What a trip, dude. So I mean, I'm curious though, like when it came down to, clutches come in and whatnot. I mean, you were involved when it came to like holdbacks being held back. Like would Khalil tap in with that, or was he just doing all the like, yeah, we're selling this, we're keeping this? Like what was that all? Was that all him doing that?
At first, it was both of us, and
right.
Then at one point, I was like, "Khalil, take the wheel," and he just took over. And he doesn't. He just tells me. He'll sometimes like consult me or like ask me like, "Hey, we want to sell this. Do you want to keep this?"
Right.
Sometimes, in the snake industry, people just want to get that. I wouldn't say quick buck, but you want to sell so that way you can take your money, invest it in somewhere else, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's just better to hold on to some snakes. So he'll always like let me know, like sometimes he's on the fence. So I'm like, no, just hold it. We'll see what we could do this season. If it doesn't work out, then we'll sell it or whatever it may be.
Right.
We'll still talk like that. But yeah, no, he mostly does everything.
How are your overall feelings about the current situations of the ball python game? I mean, do you feel like you're still in a good place? I mean, do you feel like there's still like 514 is going to be here for however long, or I mean? Well, where are you guys sitting at overall?
Yeah, absolutely, man. The thing is that we're right there. We've done 1-2 full circles, and right now would not be a good time to kind of get out. This is a long-term game. Like I said at the beginning, this is a marathon. Most people that come into this industry will come in and get out really quickly. Right. And it's the people that go in long-term. And whenever you're doing full circles, that's whenever you start making real money, because you didn't pay $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 for that snake or $20,000 for that snake, right?
Right.
You're now just producing free snake that made money out of a free snake. Yes, apart from the husbandry and the feeding and all that good stuff, but the cost is not what it is. So that's kind of the snowball effect. Same thing on YouTube, right? Same thing in the snake industry. At one point, you own all your snakes. You barely buy. Yes, you're going to reinvest, of course, but there's a lot of things that you're going to have, and you're going to continuously grow and breed and make money off of. And that's whenever you start making real money. So it's not a good time to quit. No. And look, the market is going to go up and down all the time, right? In every industry. And anything can happen all the time. Things can go, people can ban them, things can go illegally. But there's always a way that you could adapt to the situation.
Right. I will say, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I mean, one thing that attracted me to the 514 Reptile brand was obviously, you know, getting to know who your brother was, right? Because at the end of the day, bro, your guys' presentation, like your page is done right. Like I've always loved how clean your logo looks. You guys have really good photos. Like obviously you guys are one of the pages where I'm like, okay, this is the kind of page I want to eventually have at one point, just because of the consistency behind it, right? Yeah. But then obviously your brother was like somebody who like, he doesn't do it as much, obviously, if not at all. But, you know, he would also like comment when there was like little friction, if not going on and seeing, or misidentifications, like, you know, he would put his comments on that, you know, and I noticed a lot of people respected what Khalil had to say. But also that's when I realized that Khalil was tapped in with Will and a bunch of other people that are highly respected in Canada, but even in America, he's tapped in, you know, Khalil knows tapped in with Ozzy. I'm curious as for like, how important was it for you guys to branch out and market and get your name tapped in with these other people? Do you feel like, to kind of get you guys where you're at today?
It happened. It wasn't something that we planned. Mm-hmm. Things just happened. We stuck our own course. We grew our channels. We grew our social media. People want to collaborate with other people that are doing things. Right. That helps a lot. So, and it helps with your credibility. Someone that's not trying, no one wants to work with someone that's not trying. So whenever people see initiative and you're doing your thing, and then you go to shows, right? It's very important to go to shows, meet people, show up, put a face on the name, and interact with people. Don't be shy. Don't just show up and stand there. Introduce yourself. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Where are you guys going tonight? You know, sometimes you have to butt in, but most of the times you'll just be accepted because the community is so awesome. But go in there, just, you know, and be respectful. Have a good time. That's what we did. We went. I remember how I got close to Ozzy was at Tinley. I had no idea who Ozzy was. Well, I had an idea who Ozzy was, but he had no idea who I was. But when we went to Tinley, we went out those nights. When everyone, you know, went to bed, we went out and we bonded and we became close friends. And then things started developing, right? Same thing with whenever we went to with MARC. At first, I knew a lot about MARC. I used to always run up to his table, and he was like, to me, he was just another person, but he had no idea who I was, right? I knew who he was. And then we went to the resort, and then we became very close there. And now we're very close friends. We talk to each other on the phone, you know, a few times a month. When we speak, we're close. So that's super, super like important to build these relationships. But again, they just happened because you're at the right place at the right time because you took action. You did something rather than not. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does. What's crazy is like, you want to know what tapped me into you, bro? Like, I mean, obviously knew that you were Khalil's brother, right? But how I knew that you were really tapped into these fucking heavy ass breeders was there was a time and point where I had this guy he was kind of well known in the game and whatnot, been in the game for a while, and he was kind of weird. He was kind of toxic in a way, you know. So yeah, there was this one time where he was all upset. He's like, "Oh, I'm pissed, man." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Justin Kabelka unfollowed me." He's like, "Oh, really?" And, you know, Justin Kabelka's never really followed a lot of people. So I was like, okay, like, you know, why did he unfollow you? That's weird. So I just went to his page to see, like, who is he following? And at that time, he was only following like 30 people. And you were on that list. And I was like, damn, Khalil's brother? I was like, what is going on? And I was like, are they homies? And I started really processing it. And then I just kind of put two and two together. I'm assuming you guys had some sort of like conversations about marketing and stuff like that at some point, or what's your relationship with Justin Kabelka? I really want to know. That's what I'm curious about.
Justin's awesome. I love Justin.
I love Justin too. Justin.
Yeah, he's so
anyway,
good.
I noticed. I was like, damn, he unfollowed hella like ball python people, that like Sam Itani right there kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So whenever we went to the resort, me and him, we just talked. Got to know each other more, and it just happened then. It was not, you know, again, nothing was planned. It was just meeting each other, being real, talking to a person to person. And whenever you build that type of rapport and you build a relationship with somebody, and you're honest, you're straightforward, you're transparent, people see that, I guess. And then, you know, I guess he followed me for that. And we spoke throughout the entire time there. But yeah, nothing special. Again, I'm a regular person. I'm not nobody special. It just me and him clicked.
But you got to understand, like, Justin's not the kind of guy to keep bad people around him, you know, and he's not really somebody who goes off the fling of social media relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he has, you know, I'm sure, I'm just assuming that he has a good idea what kind of people he wants to associate himself with. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was like, dude, this guy's official then. Like, and like I said, I was already a big Khalil fan, but then that was like my, like, dude, who are these guys? These brothers, I got to meet them. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, if you want to talk about growth, man, shout out to Justin Kabelka's YouTube channel. I feel like it's really taking off. But I also see that, you know, obviously Justin can do this, you know, because he's in the financial position, but he's invested in some crazy camera equipment. Like, his videos are a lot more like HD quality. It's like, whoa, it's like fucking really awesome, right? But is there a time and place where you need all that kind of equipment? Like, obviously Justin is in that place. Look what he's showing off. Like, he needs the best of the best. But like anyone starting off in YouTube, right? I see people come in and drop in like $15K worth of camera equipment. You know, I'm talking about, like, they go all in before they even know how to use the damn thing. What's a good pace in your opinion when it comes to you? Like, let's just say you just want to do a simple podcast, right? But like, how heavy should you go on the production side of things? Does that matter? Does all that shit come down to like you getting the attention? What's your opinion on all that?
I believe it's value. It's not about your background, all that good stuff. It helps, but no, you can work your way up there. Go back and watch Justin's first videos.
Oh my God, Plain Jane.
Go watch those videos, guys. I've watched his first videos.
So uncomfortable, that poor guy. He did not like being in camera back then.
He had. I remember that rat video. That was the funny ass one. He like threw a rat in there. Comments went wild. But go watch that. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna start off with this equipment." Now it became a business. Now it's generating money. He has to reinvest, and he's doing the right thing. Right. But when it comes to, you know, starting off, go look at Unbox Theory. Unbox Theory, is that his name? Yeah, Unbox Theory. I'm pretty sure. So this guy started off, his first video was like literally on a brown desk, and it was his camera, and it was just his hands. It was the most horrible video you could ever see. This guy has now over, I think, 13 million subscribers, and each one of his videos, he gets like, you know, 10 million views, 5 million views, and all this. And his background, he bought an entire studio warehouse with lights and this to show off his unboxing things. He unboxes cars now. He does the craziest things. He's getting paid.
Wow, that sounds fun.
It's insane, literally insane. But he started off on his desk. Go look at Mr. Beast, right? Everybody starts from the bottom. You know, you have to. The only time you're starting from the top is when you're digging down, right? When you're digging down.
I'm not trying to be a hater, bro, but for sure, 110% Mr. Beast has one of the most punchable faces I've ever came across. Like, it's like it reminds me of somebody else I know that's in this industry that I've said before that has one of the most punchable faces. Same exact face. He's probably, I mean, Barczyk's met him. He's a nice guy, but god damn, why does that guy have to have? Why can't it be like Khalil's face or something like, or like something more like you know, wanting to look at, you know, like. Fuck. Anyways, respect to Mr. Beast though. He is the beast of YouTube. Let's just say that.
He is, man. He cracked the algorithm, and you know, it's about not giving up. Mr. Beast has over like 2,000 videos.
But you know what it is also that it's like almost a part of the clickbaiting thing. People love it when it's about money. When it's money. That's like, and I hate it when that's what it is with the reptiles. You know what I'm saying? When there's people like, and I don't want to hate, I do have homies out there that do that, but I'm just like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, but like, it's a part of like what gets people to want to click on it, you know? Like, and Mr. Beast, bro, he's $1 million this, $1 million that. I spent money, and it's like, well, what 7-year-old isn't going to want to look at that? You know what I mean? Or 10-year-old or some shit who wants to get rich, you know? Like, I don't know. It's good. You're right. He figured out, he cracked the fucking YouTube code. What do you think YouTube headquarters does, like, when this shit happens? When a YouTuber gets this big, do you think, is it good for them, obviously, because the ad revenue? Or are they just like, God damn, I want to pay these fools? Like, what do you think?
No, they want to. Hold up, give me 1 second.
All right. Thanks for tapping in. Wish we're almost at 40 viewers. Get your likes. Let's get the likes up for the homie Sammer. Come on. Anyways, go ahead.
No, they want it. Okay, YouTube does not pay you through YouTube. YouTube pays you through advertisers that pay YouTube to advertise on your video. And then YouTube takes 45% of that and you take 55%.
Right.
So they want views. They want people to come onto their platforms. Not only is it collecting so much data for them, which they could resell, but also the amount of advertisement that they're putting out there is insane. And they're making so much money. So the more videos you have on YouTube, the more money you're making, the more you're keeping people on the platform, the more YouTube is going to promote you, if anything.
Do you think there's some content that, like, okay, you may get this sort of traction now, but it's eventually not going to be sustainable? Like, I mean, there's some people, like, there's some YouTube kids who made millions, and now they don't know more. Now they hit a point where I don't know why they fell off, but I mean, that's a huge importance, right? I mean, what do you think?
People change. So there's two things to do on YouTube. You can either do evergreen content, or you could do, based on current trends and current psychologies. Right. So at one point, like there was FouseyTube, there was a lot of pranks going on. So he started a prank YouTube channel. Right. But eventually that got boring. So he had to start transitioning. Right. He started transitioning, kept, adopting and changing. And lucky for him, he kept some fans, and, he has 2 million or plus subs. So he's still making money from that. But he did fall off for a while because he stopped becoming relevant. So you have to stay relevant or become evergreen. So evergreen topics is like what you're doing. Most of it is evergreen, right? Everything you're talking about is things that in 3 to 5, 10 years is still going to be relevant with the snake. True. The same things go, right?
Got it.
Mindset, anything like that is evergreen. But now it's how you title things. And that's going to keep you going on the long term.
So, I mean, when you say titles, right, like when it comes to like titling a podcast, should your titles always be different? Meaning like you shouldn't always have Trap Talk number this with the guest, blah. Like, should it be just primarily what the podcast is about? Like how should titles really be when it comes to like making a title for something like this?
It's what is your viewer looking for, right? What do they care about? So always keep in mind that today's day and age, people have a very, very short attention span, and they want quick answers, quick results, and they just want it now, right?
It sounds like you're attacking the ball python company or community.
No. I'm attacking the entire world right now.
You are.
Everybody online is like that. And it's completely normal nowadays, right? But whenever you have that in mind and you know what your viewers want, that's how you give them your titles. People don't need to know which number it is and all that good stuff. It's good to put in the description. Mm-hmm. It's good maybe to put at the end of it. But always give people what they want first. Whenever you go on a YouTube video, and let's say it's the top 10 cars, you don't listen to all that fluff at the beginning. You skip it. You want to watch from first car and you keep going, right? Mm-hmm. Because you just want to get to the point. Most people just want to get to the point. If there's an intro for a video, most people are going to skip it. On Netflix, they know that. That's why, based on stats, now they just created a skip intro button.
Okay, I have a really huge growth question for you, and this is eating me alive. And I think I know what the answer is. Bro, coolest reptile podcast in the world. I have the coolest intro in the world, but is my intro something that's killing this channel? Like, it is long. You know what I mean? It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. A lot, as much as people rock out to it, there's some people I feel like are just like, I'll come back when it's over. You know what I mean? So if I'm thinking of going into, I hate to say this, I don't know, but I'm thinking about doing the Joe Rogan thing where I go right into the fucking like a little like, hey, here we are. And then we go right into talking, like straight into talking. Like not even my intro. I'm not even thinking about not even my whole intro thing no more. Because I'm basically it's about 8 to 10 minutes before I actually start talking to the guest. Right. And I do, as much as not too many people complain, there are people that do complain about it too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wondering if that's something I should eliminate. I'm looking to do some like goal growth in 2023. And as much as I'm not ready to do this yet, because I love my intro, but do you feel like that's something I should really consider, going into 2023 is just cutting the intro out and making it just like more of a like 3-second thing versus 1 minute and 30 second, and then no intro, no sponsorship shout outs, like maybe do it throughout the podcast, but not like before the podcast. Well, what's your feedback on that? Gotta hear it.
What's beautiful is that few things. One, I wanted to tell you about that, which you You just brought it up. Number 2, the most beautiful thing is you've pretty much answered yourself. And number 3, to elaborate more on what you've answered to yourself.
Damn, go to listening.
You don't. It's not about removing. Okay, yeah. So it becomes very redundant for the people that are watching this podcast over and over and over, right? So you have to make it an art. You have to pretty much incorporate your podcast and have certain questions that lead up to a certain sponsorship. So like, hey, what do you use for whatever? I use this for my rats. Well, you know what I use? I use this breeder's rats, this and this and this. This is actually a sponsorship for today's video. So make sure you go check them out, right? So once you incorporate things like that, people can't skip through it. People aren't bored. People are continuously entertained, and it's always different. That's a great way to incorporate things, and people won't skip through it. So
I do this at the beginning of the year, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just
it's very important, super important to do, because you will see Mr. Beast do it. Watch Mr. Beast's video. Mr. Beast is one of the best advertisers for sponsorships because he will never cut away and give you a minute of sponsorships because he knows everyone skips through it. So he implements the sponsorship within the video. He incorporates it. So people have to listen and watch it. You know, it's crazy what he does. And as soon as I started realizing that, I'm like, man, more people need to start doing that.
Damn, Sammy, they want to come over to the pool today. Can I come over to the pool? What's going on? You guys are going to barbecue or what? Bro.
Pool is currently not ready, yes.
Are you ready for me to tap in next month? We're all hanging out. You know that, right? Did you're not leaving anywhere, are you? July 19th through the 23rd? Or you're going to be around, I hope?
Oh, it's the 19th to the 23rd? Don't
tell me you're leaving, fool.
No, I'm actually leaving. I thought it was earlier because I was leaving from the 6th to the 11th to Miami.
No. We fly in. Me and the homie Matthew Summers fly in. I'm sorry, the 20th. We fly in the 20th, and then we're going to be linking up with your brother and Will Friday the 22nd and 23rd.
Oh shit! You're coming to Canada?
Yeah, I'm going to Canada. So guess what? I need weed. I'm going to need to be hooked. I travel with all my weed around the country here, but I'm not flying. I'm not going to Canada with, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to need to be set up. Yeah, bro. Let me know. I'll send you money pre-hand. Let me know. Canada has some of the best weed, bro. I cannot wait to smoke some of that Canadian fucking bud. I'm going to get high as shit. I cannot wait. And then we're going to go swimming. Bro, we're going to have a good time. I cannot wait to with you guys, bro. It's gonna be
same here, man. You're staying at our house?
No, we have a hotel. I think we're like, well, no, hold on, because I think you guys are cruising down to Will's because I'm close to Will's.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll figure all that out though. But then what was I gonna say? Yeah. Anyways, I can't wait. I've never been to that part of Canada. I mean, I've been to British Columbia because I lived in Washington area I lived in Washington for like 5 years. But I've never been to the East Coast part of Canada. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm glad I'm not going during the winter, bro. I know you guys' winters is fucking just.
Yeah, no, don't come in.
I hate being cold. I can handle being hot, but I hate being cold. You know what I mean?
Same.
But anyways, it's gonna be epic. Real quick, I have a question for you as far as other than the coaching with social media, other than growth as far as YouTubing goes. What about mental health? Like, I want to kind of break down some of the topics that aren't covered even on this podcast a lot, because mental health is something that I've been attacking like for the last 3 years strongly. Been seeing somebody for it and all sorts of stuff. And I feel like a lot of people skip that. Like, a lot of people don't even understand that they might have mental health problems, But how are some things that you feel like people could really kind of put the first foots forward into getting better mental health, in your opinion?
Getting off their phones. So this here is a vortex, guys. This thing is a black mirror. It's the only thing that you look into, and it sucks in your energy. It doesn't give you anything back. Okay?
So true. God, it's so true.
It's a vortex. It's people are so sucked in by comparing themselves to others. I wanted to start an Instagram channel the other day of just like posting bad shit that happens to me, because everyone just posts their glories. No one's posting the bad shit that's happening, right? Actually, MARC recently started posting some shit that happens.
Mark was on the roll one time, and I was like, God damn. He's like, yep, this isn't the side people show you. And I'm like, dude, he's like consistently showing. But like, but it's true. Like, it's what the fuck? Like, that's the whole part of where you're at today is the failures.
Exactly. Like most people would look at, let's say they looked at Mark, and then he has 100 clutches, and out of those 100 clutches, he 75 hatch, and they're amazing. 25, let's say he never mentions them. Everyone just goes, oh, look how many clutches Mark hatched. But when he's like, yo, I lost 25, now it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's not all glory. He lost some as well. It's not just me that's losing some. Because we often we compare ourselves to other people, and we think that we're the only people that are struggling with this current situation. And that's when the mental health starts happening, is it messes with your self-esteem. Your self-esteem comes in two ways. You either compare yourself to someone that's worse than you, or someone that's better than you. Someone that's better than you, you're going to feel like shit. Someone that's worse than you, you're going to feel good about yourself. The only time it's going to be great, your mental health, is whenever you compare yourself with the day before. If you continuously just process, you keep growing, you start learning, you go, okay, what did I do yesterday? How can I better it today? And if you continuously do that and forget everything around you, all the noise, all the people, all that good stuff, you're good to go. You're set. Understand that everything happens in time. But right now, everyone's just in a hurry. They're just like, they're so anxious. They're like, oh, this person's getting married. This person's getting their favorite car. They don't know the backstory. They don't know how much debt this person's going in. They don't know if they actually love this person. They don't know anything. They just see the final picture. Right. And it fucks with everybody's mental. That's true. Run your own race, man. You're on your own marathon. Have a purpose in life and just chase it forever.
Because it's no one else's timeline but yours. Like, I feel like people don't realize that, like, things are timely mattered in a way because it's fit around your life, man. Like, I mean, shit, I'm 36. I don't have any kids, and I have so many homies who have kids. I'm not tripping about it at all. Like, I know once that day happens, it's there. And if it does happen, I'm just saying, like, it's like, I look at so many positive things right now about that. You know what I mean? But that goes to so many other things that people just need to look on the brighter side at, getting upset over a clutch or, I don't know, just something that's so minor, like there's so many minor things that people like to dwell on, and that dwelling thing, I feel like even though they're done talking about it, it still lives in them. It's still like, it's in their head, and this is the biggest, man, this is so important to take care of, bro. Like, even me, because I like to resort to the negative side of things all the time. Like, it's something I have to work on every day. Dude, I have days where I'm just fucking feeling negative, and I'm just like, dude, affirmations. I'm a huge guy in affirmations, because once I start fucking telling myself what I want to be and what it's gonna be, I'm on a whole positive like route. And then that's why I feel like that's anything that anyone does in the morning shouldn't be looking in their phone. Like you should do something that is personally like a goal for yourself, either workout or affirmations or yoga, whatever, something like go meditate and do something before you even look at your phone. I try my best to do that. I wake up at like 4, and usually by like 6, I do my first post. And sometimes even I try to just post and I leave, but I always get caught into conversations. And next thing you know, like, it's like you said, it sucks the energy out of you. And, I'll have chores that I need to do. And I'm just like, now I don't look at my chores like I want to do them as much. All because I was looking at my fucking phone. It's so weird.
Yeah, because it sucks your energy, man. And the thing is that when these things happen, is you really have to be in control, right? This happens to all of us, especially at first, because it's a habit. We pick up our phone, we unlock it, we open up Instagram, we close it. We open up our phone. Like, literally, we do that over and over and over. Put it on the side. And whenever you're mad, by the way, you're going to have to try this. First of all, you're going to think of me because I'm going to be like, yo, happiness. But I want you to tell yourself, I'm happy. I'm happy. Forget the word mad. You're going to say, I'm happy. Repeat it and smile. And you're going to look weird for a second because your brain's going to be very confused. But after a few seconds, your brain is going to doesn't understand what, being unhappy is. And it's just going to start smiling. All right? It's crazy.
Can we set this record straight here?
Mark, it was an example.
Sorry, Marcus. That was not me. I said
125, whatever.
He's like, what? 20 what? What did you just say?
For the record. Oh, you, Mark. Oh, man. Yeah. So, it's important to keep up that good mental, because things are going to put you down in life, man. And you just have to continuously, just consciously, not subconsciously, consciously, you have to be like, this is temporary. I'm going to get over this. This is just, it happened for me, not against me. I'm happy, and smile. You know, that's it.
I see one thing that, like, I don't want to say I don't care if this happens, but like if it does, like definitely not going to be the end of the world to me. But like, when people have their Instagram accounts disabled or something happens where, you have people have over 100K and then boom, gone, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that could happen to any of us. Like all this shit is just not really something to really ride your whole highs and like your whole hopes on. Like I feel like this is something that anyone could just eliminate whenever they want. I mean, even YouTube. Aren't you scared about like YouTube someday just not being accessible to anybody in the public? Like you have to be certain criteria or something to be on the platform. Like you're never worried of that?
I'll adapt. Things change, things evolve. And, you got to be a lion in the jungle. The lion, the reason why he survives in anything is because he could adapt to any environment. Right? Shit. Yeah. So when these things happen, TikTok, Vines was going viral, then they killed it off. People went viral. What they did, some people failed, never heard about them, but other people did the smart thing to bring their followers on different platforms. So in case one falls off, they have them everywhere else. I have some people that have, I know people that have 2 million plus followers on 1 or 2 accounts, and they have no email list. They have no contact to their people if they ever drop off, anything like that. The first thing you need to do, if you have a following and you want to keep them, is create like a post and be like, I want to get to know you. Send me an email so I can get to know you more. And then I'll reply. So what you'll get is people sending you their email, which you'll collect their email now. You'll have their email. And if anything ever happens, you send them a mass email saying, hey guys, my Instagram got disabled. Follow me on my new Instagram account. Boom, you just got this many people coming in, right? So you spread your followers. YouTube goes to Instagram. Instagram goes to TikTok and everywhere. So that way, in case anything falls off, you're protected. And there's always avenues and new platforms coming out to make money from. So I'm not worried about even if YouTube does something, I'm like, all right, what's next? We'll figure it out. There was the .com era. There was Google searches, and then now YouTube. So whatever's next, we'll jump on it.
Shout out to Marcus. Mental health is related to the environment you surround yourself with, and I feel like that's so true because let's just say let's say you're an active person. Let's say you do things right, and just something about you just does not feel good. Do you feel like looking at your surroundings is important? I mean, I feel like there are people out there who aren't necessarily doing anything wrong to themselves, other than hanging around the wrong group of people or wrong people. I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Whenever you start changing as a person as well and you become more positive, you'll start eliminating these people. You'll start being on a different frequency. You'll start attracting the right people in your life. And surrounding yourself is energy, man. If you're surrounded by a bunch of negative people, I mean, I was surrounded by a few negative people a few years ago, and it brought me down so much, self-confidence issues and so many things that happened because of them. And then you all of a sudden transition to people that are super positive, and you realize how much they could bring you up and how many things you could accomplish as soon as you surround yourself with positive people. Your mental health becomes happier because you're always feeling good about yourself. You're feeling, you're motivated, you're confident, versus when you're hanging around people that are always bringing you down or talking shit or, just always these negative words, you're going to feel like shit about yourself. And then you're going to go home and that has an echo in your head.
Right.
And you have to have a really strong green filter is what we call it in order to not even let that go into your head. But it takes a lot because it starts echoing in your head sometimes. And then it gives you doubt. And then you can no longer do things.
As important it is to if you have Instagram, you should be posting consistently. Obviously Instagram is just like any other platform. You have to be consistent on it, right? But do you feel like people are cutting themselves short? And this goes back to them, people getting into the reptile game and they want to get a logo. They want to fucking get a following. And then they realize they want to do all this other stuff, right? But let's just say you want to get as much as you want out of this reptile industry, right? And you only have an Instagram account. Do you feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot by not starting a YouTube account and not at least doing some content on there at least? Or do you feel like you don't really need YouTube? Like if it's not for you, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I feel like some people force themselves to do it. That's why. And, in a sense, Justin grew himself into YouTube, right? Like he spent quite a bit of years being awkward in front of a camera before he developed this fucking like confidence that he has now. Maybe it was the stand-up comedy that he did fucking 2 years ago or a year ago, but either way, the guy's a stud in front of the camera now, right? So I'm just curious, like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, you don't have to do everything. I strongly believe in doing whatever you love doing, because if not, then it becomes a job, and then you hate doing it. Now, if it is a job, if it is your business, and you have to do certain things, you either hire people for it if you really don't want to do it, or you do it and you put on your big boy pants, as they say, and you just get shit done. YouTube is extremely important. It's a search engine. Instagram, you post something, a few months later, that post is gone. It's in archives. It's all the way down, right? Unless people, the very little amount of percentage of people scroll through your channel, it's gone. YouTube, a video can literally a year and a half later take off for you and go super viral. YouTube has the ability to do that. And that credibility, people line up whenever Brian Barczyk started on, people line up to get autographs with him, to get pictures with him. Yeah. That's marketing by itself. Think about the power of that. People lining up, take pictures with you and autographs, reposting it on their stories. They have hundreds of followers, thousands of followers. Other people want to collaborate with you. Look at Miguel, what he did. There was no shame. He just went in. Boom, this is what it is. Look at Justin. They started posting it. I strongly believe if you want to blow up your business, you got to do what it takes. And yeah, YouTube is a big part of it. You don't have to be on there, but it's definitely worth it, per se. People, even us, my brother was doing it for a while and then we just stopped. And again, I don't manage it. If it was me, I'd probably make videos, but I don't know about many snakes. I tried making a few videos. I was like, sorry guys, I don't know what to tell you. But that alone is so big that so little, but yet when I go to shows, some people are like, hey, I've seen you on YouTube. I've seen you on your brother's channel. Like, I've seen you on 514 Reptiles. I'm like, really? It's crazy. And these people know about you and you've never even seen them. So often also people get 1,000 views or 500 views and they feel discouraged. They're like, oh, I only got 500 views. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking people, man. That's a stadium. That's not a stadium, but like that's a hall.
That's a theater.
That's a theater, right? 500 people sitting down watching and listening to you. Like right now we're talking to 30, 40 people. That's a lot of people, man. It's an entire classroom that we're talking to. People underestimate the number because it just becomes so small next to the 1 million and the 500,000 views. But that's a lot of people, man. If you're trying to sell one snake, imagine you get 1,500 views. Sure, one person is probably going to want to buy that snake or they know somebody about it. That's good.
Right.
And then you start from there and then you scale up and then eventually you get 100,000 views. Like, now Justin and Ozzy, Brian, all of them, millions of subscribers. Of course, also AEP.
Right.
But yeah, man.
Well, check it out. I have a wrap-up question for you before we get into the hot seat questions. And I'm just curious because so many different, like you have people like Justin that not really paints a picture that's not a reality. Like meaning, if you're just coming into this and you think you're going to be making shit Justin's making, like soon, you're tripping. That's like, get the fuck out of your head, right? But at the end of the day, there are ways. There are paths to get into that level somewhat, right? Or whatever. Yeah. So meaning like you can get to a point from basing off what Justin shows, you can make a pretty fucking good living just off selling ball pythons if you do it right. But then you have other people who've been in this game who feel like that's more of a fucking pyramid scheme. Like it's not feasible to just say, I'm going to put everything in ball pythons and I think I'm going to just have the fucking best life ever, that you should definitely put things in different areas, take 40% of what you make, put it in an investment or whatever. Don't just invest everything back into ball pythons. That's not smart to do. That's not wise. Okay. You have a lot of things going on. Okay. So I asked this question to a lot of people who only breed reptiles. So of course I feel like they're going to say, well, yeah, that's bullshit. But from where you stand, from where you're at, if you were to run into MJ 3 years ago and I was like, hey, Sam, I'm going to do this for full time. I'm going to breed reptiles. And for what you know now, what would be your instant thought on that? Do you feel like that is feasible, or do you feel like that's kind of more leading to shooting yourself in the foot and more of a pyramid scheme? Like, what do you feel about that?
It always comes back to the person. One thing I've learned there's a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. Great book.
Ooh, I like that.
And they've compared a lot of different people in different industries, and it's strictly based on the person's beliefs of how big they could become in a certain industry. So whenever you break it down, it's always about what you believe. Justin truly believes he's going to become, not truly believes, but he's pioneering right now. He's driving the whole industry, right? Everyone looks up to Justin. So with that being said, he has the belief of him doing that, and he's executing. He's taking action, and he's getting the results. Somebody else can come in and say, "Oh, that's impossible." Same thing in the YouTube business, right? There's people that say it's impossible to make 6 figures a year off YouTube, but here we are, most of us making 6 figures a year off YouTube. So it's only feasible if you believe it's feasible. If you don't believe, I don't believe in putting in all your eggs in one basket. I'm sure Justin has a lot of different assets and different things he's also invested in. But the majority of it is reinvesting into his own business, which he sees as the ball python business, which I totally agree with.
Right.
If you're going that big and this is your business, this is what feeds you, this is what your business is, it's not a side hustle, then yeah, why not? Treat it like a business. Most people see this as a side hustle. Why is it a side hustle? It's paying you over 6 figures a year, sometimes 7 figures a year with snakes. Why is that a side hustle? It's no longer a side hustle. It's a business. Treat it like a business. Do whatever you gotta do. You got to hire people. You got to, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, even this YouTube thing, like I did treat this as like, okay, whatever, like I'm just gonna do it. But last year I made fucking income off of it, and I was like, holy shit! It inspired me to put more stuff out there now. You know what I'm saying? So now it's not a. This is a full. I treat this thing as full as I can take it now. And I feel like people shouldn't, under kind of estimate the position they're in. If you're in a position to really take it somewhere, it's really, dude, it lands on the person. That's not the first time I've heard that answer either. It really relies on the person. Some people like to be in a safety net. Some people rather keep a 9-to-5 that keeps them miserable, but at least pays the bills, and they're okay with that. That's fine. There's people who are built like that. I'm not. There's no way I can be like that. I'll die. I'd rather die. No disrespect to anyone who does that. But that's why corporate America, dude, there's a reason why it's called corporate America. Some people are built to work in corporate America. They're built to suck dick. They're built to kiss ass to go up the ladder. I'm not. I can't. There's no way. Like I can't be nice if someone's not deserved to be nice to. You have to be nice to people when they're mean to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. Like, no, it's not how that works. You know what I mean? So either way, man, this has been an amazing episode. I appreciate you so much, Sammer. Definitely more to come for sure. You're definitely somebody who I know you got so much knowledge behind that, behind what you know, man. So I can't wait to bring you back on. Let's get the hot seat questions out of the way, and then I'll let you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, Sammer?
Let's do it, brother. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro. It's been awesome. So here we go. Hot seat questions. Sammer, as you know, I don't need an explanation with any of these. Just shoot me one as quick as you can with the answer. You ready? Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Hot seat questions for Sammer coming in hot. Frozen thought or live, Sammer?
Live.
A cut or no cut?
No cut.
Red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo?
Red.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Yay.
One reptile you would import today around the world, any reptile, doesn't matter what it is.
Get a Komodo dragon.
What's one reptile nobody should ever import ever again? Leave it alone.
A Komodo dragon. A black mamba.
I like that. Yay sports or boo sports?
Yay sports.
Favorite sport?
Skydiving.
Oh, I was gonna say favorite extreme sport. That's an extreme sport, bro. We're talking. Is skydiving a professional sport? Is it? I'm sure it has to be, right?
I guess if it's not that, because I don't really do. I guess golf.
What about Red Bull? Red Bull fucking skydiving. What is it? Hello, if you're rocking one of those Red Bull suits and you're jumping out of a plane, you're official. Like, I gotta say, you're official. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Big flexor or no flexor?
No flex.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
West Coast.
Favorite West Coast rapper?
I don't know.
Come on, bro. You gotta have somebody that stands out in your head. How do you not know?
I'm a country type of guy.
Who's you're a country kind of guy in Canada. This is fucking crazy. Is that a lot of people listen to country in Canada? Am I tripping?
Well, I mean, I grew up in Texas, so I kind of have like this.
True.
Huh?
That's true. That's true. I forget. You grew up in Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I honestly listen to more audibles than I listen to any music, but yeah.
Okay. So little word association. First thing to come to mind: milk.
It's
Cocoa.
that was good.
First time ball python breeder.
Brian Barjack.
First time YouTuber.
Brian Barjack.
Instagram trolls.
I hate them.
If you
Actually, I welcomed them.
If you had to get rid of one platform forever, and I mean forever, is it going to be Instagram or TikTok? Which one has to go?
Instagram.
Instagram has to go? What? Over TikTok?
Yeah.
Is this a troll? Are you for reals right now? Like you would rather have TikTok over Instagram?
100%. TikTok is so much better. The features are so much better. The way you could set up, you could add a profile, you could do so much. Have analytics so deep. It's so amazing. You go viral like crazy. Your opportunity is huge. Instagram is a fucking dinosaur, bro.
Oh my God! What is this guy talking about? Bro, so are you telling me I need to get back on TikTok immediately and start posting?
Everyone needs to get on TikTok. And whenever you're reposting, if you want to repost them on Instagram, just make sure to download a watermark remover and then repost them. But bro, TikTok's on another algorithm, man.
I can't get good on TikTok, bro. I had some of the most sickest, funniest alpaca clips that couldn't even get past 100 views. I got so disrespected on TikTok. How can I go back? I don't know what to do. Nobody watches me.
How many videos have you uploaded? How are your captions? How long are your videos? What do they start with? There's an art to it too.
I deleted that app like 6 months ago.
It's the best. It goes viral so quickly.
So definitely recommendation to get on TikTok is what you're saying?
Yeah, but with a certain way. So again, we could talk about how to do it properly.
We're going to talk about it. But all right, bro, listen. Sammer, Itani, 514 Reptiles. It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bro. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate you so much.
Likewise, man. Have a good day.
Later. Damn, mad knowledge behind this episode. I appreciate everyone who tapped in. Thank you for spending your Saturday. Get the likes up. I appreciate all the likes that you dropped from my homie Sammer. But yes, guys, mad information, mad info. I appreciate you guys so much. Going down tomorrow, we have somebody who is local, technically, for me. I think it's like 20, 30 minutes for me. But this dude's not fucking around. This guy is the real deal, Holyfield. The homie Andre, a.k.a. Herper Andre from Instagram. Go give him a follow right now. But this guy right now has mad experience behind these reptiles. He was in the zoo field. His wife works with some crazy condor birds. Like, I'm talking about like some next level type shit. It's going down here on Trap Talk with MJ. 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Yes, 4 o'clock. Go down the link below. Set your reminder. And again, shout out to Sammer for tapping in. What an episode. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys here tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'm out. Cheers.